SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
Talking about guns with others might not always feel comfortable, but it could save a life. Here's a way to start a conversation. Your family is going over to your neighbor's home for dinner for the first time. How would you ask if there are any unlocked guns in the home?
Hey, we're so excited for tonight. Before we come over, though, may I ask if there are any unlocked guns in your home?
Our guns are stored securely, locked in a safe that the kids can't access.
Awesome.
Learn how to have the conversation at agreetoagree.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
You're listening to Milwaukee Black Talk on 101.7 FM.
The Truth.
And 1510 AM. W269DL. Milwaukee. A Milwaukee Black media company.
Yes. Welcome to the Grapevine. You are in the building, baby. Woo! Hey, look, I was running like old Eddie Kane off the 5 Heartbeats. I tell you, you know when you got to pick up your babies and then you got to drop them off and then run to the station or run to work, whatever. Listen, I ain't gonna tell you too much, but I'm gonna tell you enough. When you got things to do, you got things to do. Woo! That baby she was like, Daddy, I want to make it to Granny's house. Made it. And then I made it here. I ran through the 3rd Street Market Hall. You thought I was a running back, running like Jerome Bettis. Let me catch my breath. This is The Truth Radio, Grapevine 101.7, and you are live. This is Monday. And this is wait a minute. It is Mindful Movement Monday. Yes, it is, where healing meets hustle. Today we're talking about discipline, movement, healing, fatherhood, joy, trauma, recovery, and how movement can literally save lives. And today we have a jammed-packed show. Jam-packed. I'm talking about it's packed, like real tight. When you see these people walk in today, you're going to think, yeah, I got to get my thing together. I got to get my ish together. It's real life. So joining me really soon is a good friend of Milwaukee. And a lot of people see him and they think, man, I wish I can be like that. A lot of kids, they probably walk up to him and grab his muscles. His name is Valentino Harris, owner of Iron Heroes Gym. Yes. And then that's at 1 o'clock. Well, now. And then we have at 2:00, Dante Threets, a black male yogi. He is a yogi, fresh from Milwaukee, went to Korea, and now he's back. He's back. He's serious. And he's going to talk to us. He's going to work us through some yoga. Yes. So, we got our first guest coming in, baby. Put those headphones on real quick. Look great, man. Yeah. Zach, let me get this mic. Oh, yeah, we on. So our first guest is he's also a good friend of mine, too. I just ain't seen him in a long time. Speaking to that mic, Ruder. Yeah. How you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
So, Valentino Harris.
Yes, sir.
Owner of
Iron Heroes Gym.
Father, professional bodybuilder, Milwaukee kid, grown adult.
Yes, sir.
Father of 2, actually.
Yes, sir.
And someone who you refuse to quit on yourself.
Exactly.
Speak a little closer to that mic. Yeah,
yes,
so
sir.
They can hear you. They can hear the muscles through the mic.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Talk to me, man. When you first woke up this morning, and you put your feet on the ground, what was your first thought?
Well, my first thought every morning is I pray and I'm thankful that I'm here, and that I have the ambition to try to improve every day, and so my first thought is trying to execute the plan to move forward every day, and in my business, as a person, as a father, as an entrepreneur, I just try to always improve every day.
That's amazing. And so in the mornings, you're like, man, this is it. What keeps you going?
Just wanting to improve. So the gym opens at 5 a.m. So I usually get up around 2:30 because I have to get up and do my cardio and do my first workout, and then I start training my first clients and stuff like that. Make sure the gym everything is ready to go.
Wow, and you had I remember meeting you at the Y.
Yeah.
And, we had several conversations, but every time you were in there, either hood on, towel on, headphones, whatever, and you were just getting to it. And I remember talking to you, and I didn't know that this was your vision. But what built your discipline?
It was over the course of years of because I knew I always wanted to improve things that I had the control over, and I have control over myself, my own thoughts, and how I wanted to improve. So, and everything that I learned through the discipline, as far as being a bodybuilder, I carried over to being an entrepreneur. As far as I carried over to the discipline to my daughter and my son. And it's always wanting to improve, and then so I transfer that to other aspects of life, as far as how I want to run my businesses, because I also have a lot of rental properties, and it's discipline on how it just give me structure. It just help me with structure.
So not just Iron Heroes Gym, but you're also a business owner from the real estate perspective.
Yeah. So I started doing that probably 20 years ago. So
I remember when, it's funny, you and I had a conversation about that. You were like, yeah, I remember you mentioned you were working on the house, and you were working out and working on the house.
Yeah. So I started with one duplex, and I just saved them. I learned how to do a lot of stuff off just learning. I have some friends that's contractors, and then they'll teach me trades, and my cousin's a master electrician, and we work together a lot, and so that's actually how I funded buying the gym equipment to open the gym.
So you are, well, I guess it doesn't hurt that you went to Tech, right?
No, I went to Pius.
You went to Pius.
I went to Pius.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And so you decided from that point on, at what point did you say to yourself, hey, I'm going to be a bodybuilder?
Oh, well, it was
in so many words,
ago.
right? Like you're not just not building your body, but it's also building your mind. So what happened?
Yeah, so like I learned a lot like in like middle school. Like it's funny, but I got like these huge murals on the wall of like these superheroes, like from Dragon Ball Z. You know, I painted these huge murals on there because like, you know, growing up watching it, like, you know, it taught me like just training the body, and then also, you know, training the mind. So what I do is, and to be honest, this much discipline, like it kept me out of trouble, you know. And then so, you know, I went back and I mentor kids from my grade school, which was Urban Day. So then my high school asked me to go back and mentor kids too. So what I use through discipline, through bodybuilding, I try to instill in the youth. So we actually got like a youth, like a football team that, you know, I'm starting to like train and teach discipline through there. You know, just like trying to like, you know, be positive in the community. So
you played football?
Yes, sir.
What position?
Running back.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
You built like a running back. Did that have anything to do with, you know, where you're at right now?
Well, yeah, you know, so actually my high school football coach got me into it, you know, because he was heavy into like, you know, training, you know, and then like for me, you know, like the school I went to was an academic school, so it's like, you know, they like sports, but it was so much in the academics, but I was more into like physical, you know, physical stuff. So like I would just work out and then I would just train, and then like it's just been a long journey. But like I would like work out, write the workouts down. Then you would see me at the Y. Then I would leave school, then go back to the, you know, go train either in the high school or train at the Y. It just kept going.
Man, there's somebody listening right now, in their car they're trying to figure out how to keep going. So coming up with Valentino, we're going to ask him the exact mindset that changed his life. The exact mindset that changed his life when we come back from these messages. Go get something to eat.
Educators Credit Union is more than a place to manage your money. They're where your financial possibilities take shape. They're more than transactions. They're conversations about your financial goals. More than numbers, they're community advocates who support free, local events that are accessible to all. They foster community because we are stronger together. Educators Credit Union is people helping people. Become a member at ECU.com. Insured by NCUA. Membership eligibility required.
Reading aloud to children sharpens their listening skills, expands their vocabularies, and nurtures a lifelong love of reading. That's why Reading is Fundamental, the nation's leading children's literacy nonprofit, offers free monthly read-alouds by popular authors through its Rally to Read program. Visit rallytoread.org to watch the read-alouds and discover exciting reading activities for school and home. Visit rallytoread.org today.
We asked parents who adopted teens to share their journey.
When I met both of them, it was like my missing pieces were found. Like it was just like an instant, these are my kids. If you're considering adopting a teen, just do it. Kids need families. I don't care the age, everybody deserves a family.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. Visit adoptuskids.org to learn more. A message brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma.
At age 30, Carissa finished her high school diploma.
If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, you can do it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. Perfectly imperfect. Beating in rhythm to the world you've created. But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out. Your life sounds pretty great. Don't let a buzz ruin it. Buzz driving is drunk driving. Don't drive buzzed. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Doctors Without Borders is delivering life-saving medical care where it's needed most in communities around the world. From bandaging war-wounded patients in Sudan to providing clean drinking water in Haiti, we're in more than 70 countries worldwide, bringing patients from sick to recovering, from emergency to aid, from crisis to care. This life-saving care is made possible by a global movement of supporters like you. Thank you.
Yes. Now we're back with in the Grapevine with Manon Sabir. That's me, and we have Valentino Harris from Iron Heroes Gym and the likes. I say the likes because he got a lot going on. But first, we're going to read a sponsor. We're going to read a message from our sponsor. American Family Insurance is a proud sponsor of The Truth. Since 1927, they've been committed to helping families protect what matters the most with the right home and auto coverage built around your real life, because when you worked hard to build something, you want protection that works just as hard for you. That peace of mind means you're free to focus on your goals, your family, and the dreams you are chasing. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly with American Family Insurance. And our next sponsor is Milwaukee's Juneteenth celebration is back. And 101.7 The Truth will be there all day long. Thank you to our Juneteenth partners, Educators Credit Union, Molson Coors, Tayback Law, American Family Insurance, and Milwaukee College Prep. Woo woo, for helping us celebrate freedom, heritage, education, and community. Join us on King Drive for one of Milwaukee's most cherished traditions, brought to you by our sponsors and 101.7 The Truth. I'm glad you guys are back. You sent off those emails. Now you sitting down. You're probably checking off some boxes on your to-do list, and you listen to The Grapevine with Valentino Harris. He's quite fascinating, to tell you the truth. Well, what's your morning routine?
My morning routine is when I wake up, I pray, I'm thankful.
Yeah.
Then I go.
Speaking to
I'm sorry. I wake up.
Yeah.
I pray, and then I get up. I go to the gym. I do my cardio around 2 o'clock. Then I train around 3 o'clock in the morning. Then I train with my I train my first clients at 4.
Yeah.
All the way through the day.
Oh wow. Yeah. So you're busy.
Yeah. But it's a blessing though. So it's things that I prayed for since I was a teenager. So now to see it all come to reality, it just makes me work harder.
And business is growing.
Your business is growing. Yes, sir.
That's awesome. You were just telling me that you have in the building, you have how many machines?
Close to 80 machines.
Close to 80 machines.
Yes,
and
sir.
then you in the basement you have what's going on in the basement?
There's a woman training area facility. Liz.
Okay.
She trains. She's really good. She's a personal trainer there. She's really good. So we get there around 5, and we just work all through the day.
Wow.
Yeah. She has group classes and everything. She's really good.
And people are coming.
Yes.
Hey, you guys, let me tell you, if you're not going to Iron Heroes, say the address of Iron Heroes Gym.
It's 911 North 27th Street. It's on Kilbourne.
Okay. So basically 27th, the Kilbourne area.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So if you are passing through 27th Street, please go to Iron Heroes Gym, visit Valentino, and also if you are a lady, you trying to get that cardio in, you know what I'm saying? Hit up Liz.
Yeah, Liz Milsheimer. Yeah, Body by Liz. Yeah.
Body by Liz. I'm telling you, from what I've heard, that she gets it in. Am I right?
Yes, sir. Yes,
okay.
Sir.
What foods have changed your life? The food.
Whew, so for me, like when I'm on competition prep, it's a lot. I eat a lot of chicken breast.
Yeah.
And then I eat 96 round ground beef, and then a lot of like white fish towards the end.
What's a 96 round?
96 lean ground beef.
Okay.
Yeah,
I got
96
you.
lean ground beef. Yeah.
So 96% lean.
Yes.
Oh wow. So like it has no fat in the striations of the
basically
meat.
none. Nope.
Is this grass fed or?
Oh well, I usually get grass fed, and then towards the end I switch over to bison because that's very lean.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So what does that do to your body?
So
we're talking about protein, y'all. So everybody always has questions about protein. How do I get my protein in? Protein this, protein that.
Right. Yeah. So the chicken breast is very high in lean protein, and it's low in calories.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the reason why I eat chicken breast instead of like chicken thighs is because chicken breast doesn't have the intermuscular fat.
Mm-hmm.
So it's so I want to keep my protein high while burning calories. So I want to hold on to the muscle while burning the fat. So and then I limit my carbohydrates because all carbohydrates turn to fat.
Right.
So I limit the carbs.
Okay.
Yeah, but carbs are good in the beginning, but you want to cut back on them because they turn to fat. But they actually help you with they help you process thoughts and they help you think and stuff like that. But that's why when a lot of people cut their carbs, they get like a little irritated. Yeah.
So you get irritated sometimes.
Well, what I learned from before I opened my gym, I went to this gym called Animal House.
Yeah, I remember Animal House on the south side.
Mm-hmm. And then the thing is, I try not to get irritated or anything because no one's forcing me to do it. So my training is self-indulged. So I don't take it out on the next person.
Mm-hmm.
Or even if I'm like a little tired because I got to do like 2 hours of cardio a day. Like right now, I'm on 2 40-minute sessions, all stair climber.
Yeah.
I don't take it out on like get a little because like this is something I chose to do. So I'm not going to take it out on my friends or anybody like my girlfriend or anything like that. So I just enjoy the process because it teaches you so much discipline.
Right.
That like going through like a competition prep because I've been nervous for so long. Like minor things don't even really stress me out. Like people are you like stressed out about? I'm like nah. Like what I'm saying because like what I put myself through it built me up so much that normal stuff really doesn't really get to me. It's just something I gotta get over.
I'm getting excited, man. I'm getting excited. I don't know if anybody sees my excitement, but I'm super excited about this. You know the reason why I'm super excited? Because I love working out. And so I'm thinking like as a dad, right? You got kids, they stressed you out a couple of times here and there, asking for extra $300,000-$400,000, whatever. What when you go in there, you have all these stresses as not a bodybuilder. Right. Just say you're just a regular person. You are, and you go in there and you have this stress. It's on your back. It's in your throat. It's in your stomach, right? And what would you say to a regular dude or a regular girl when they first come in and they got all this lumped stress? What would you say to that person?
I would just say you use it like when I'm at the gym, I would just say like use it as motivation to as to build something positive. You know what I'm saying? Just like it's a turn to like take it out on the weights, but the thing is you just want to use that and try to turn it into something positive. Like when you like let's say like I train a lot of people and then like if they're not really having a great day, like you could still make something positive out of it by working out because use that energy and then train, then you the progress and the it'll just turn everything positive because you'll see the work you putting in. You know what I'm saying? Like like sometimes like when I'm not feeling the best, I do like 5 extra reps or something like that.
Right.
From that energy, and it works.
So that person that says they're driving down, they're in there. This person right here is probably listening. I don't know where everybody's listening from. If you are listening, just real quick, if you are listening, our number here to call in if you have any questions for Brother Valentino, the number is 833-212-1017, 833-212-1017. Remember, if you need anything answered right now in relationship to your workouts, please give us a call or visit him at his Iron Heroes gym on 27th and Kilbourne, off of 27th and Kilbourne, and he can answer your questions and put you to work. So this person that's listening in their car, at the office, walking down the street, going to the grocery store, whatever it is, they're struggling. And the struggle, and I guess the struggle sometimes comes when they may have started a workout, stopped. How did you continue to hit the bullseye every time? Because Bruce Lee had this thing. Bruce Lee said before he passed away, he was like, man, he told somebody it's hard hitting home runs. I'm getting tired of hitting home runs. And how do you always, it seems, how do you always figure that out to hit a home run every time? Or what would you tell a person how would you tell them to hit the bullseye?
It's never forgetting why you started. It's never forgetting. I know a lot of times you have these ups and downs and stuff like that, but you got to hold. You could have 100 reasons why people want to quit, but you got to hold on to the one reason why you steady going.
Yeah.
So for me, for instance, I won a lot of competitions. I won Mr. Wisconsin Junior Nationals. I was one place away from going to the Olympia, but on the prep for the Arnold Classic, I tore my pec.
Oh.
Yeah. And then
the Arnold Classic is huge. It's in Ohio,
right?
Yes,
now it's the biggest show in the world.
Yeah.
And it was a time, and then and the story behind that is, when I had to have a surgery, and the surgery was misdiagnosed, so they did the wrong surgery on my chest. So even in that time, I had to realize that what positive can come out of this, and that's
wrong surgery.
Because they said it was a different kind of tear. So I'm like, what can come out of this? So instead of giving up and becoming depressed, I started helping people, and I started training people in the downtime, that I had from competing myself, and that's what grew. That was another way I was able to fund opening the gym, because I was saving, I was training people, buying 5 pieces of equipment here, putting them in storage, six pieces here, putting them in storage. But the whole time it's like, I know how positive I've been in my faith, and I knew that this wasn't going to be the end. So I just started helping people, and I realized that, why I started. And then I end up 7 years later, I end up getting the correct surgery. So now I'm on prep for a big show, a real big show with some of the best bodybuilders in the world.
Whoa, this is crazy, man. I love this. Yeah. Absolutely love it.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all, this is Mindful Movement Monday on the Grapevine. And Iron Heroes Gym, man. We're gonna keep this going. I'm excited. But at 2 p.m., we got Dante 3. He's joining us to talk about yoga and healing through yoga. Hey, go get that apple juice, fresh squeezed apple juice, and some chicken, and we're going to come right back after these messages.
Make your home and family safer by properly getting rid of nasty chemicals and fire hazards. MMSD's Home Hazmat program offers 3 drop-off centers that are open all year long. It's fast and easy. You don't even have to get out of your car. And it's free to visit a drop-off. Lithium-ion batteries, old gas, propane tanks, they take all of that and more. For a list of things you can and cannot bring, locations and hours, go to MMSD.com. Milwaukee County residents only. No businesses.
Mommy, can I sit in the front seat just this one time? Please, please, please.
No, not yet.
But why?
Because I love you, and you're just not ready yet. Now, get in the back so I can get you in your car seat, please.
Putting your kids in the right seat for their age and size is an act of love. Check that your kids are in the right seat at NHTSA.gov/the right seat. Love protects. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
In sitcoms, when someone has a problem, they just blurt it out and move on.
Well, I lost my job and my parakeet is missing. How was your day?
But the real world is different. Managing life's challenges can be overwhelming. So, what do? We get support. The Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council have mental health resources available for you at loveyourmindtoday.org. That's loveyourmindtoday.org. See how much further you can go when you take care of your mental health.
For 250 years, our armed forces have bravely served America. Wounded Warrior Project honors that legacy by supporting post-9/11 service members and veterans like Anthony, a Marine who was injured by a roadside bomb in Afghanistan.
They carried me through my injuries, not just my physical, but my mental. And seeing other vets doing the same thing helped me tell myself, hey, you can do this.
Join us in honoring warriors at woundedwarriorproject.org/America.
In the United States, a vehicle is stolen every 31 seconds, about as long as this message. Luckily, you can take a few easy steps to protect your car in the same amount of time. Remove your valuables, roll up your windows, don't leave your car running unattended, lock your doors, and take your keys or fob. If you have information about a crime, call the police. If you suspect insurance fraud, also call 800-TEL-NICB. A public service message from the National Insurance Crime Bureau.
I always had to be so good, no one could ignore me. Carve my path with data and drive. But some people only see who I am on paper. The paper ceiling, the limitations from degree screens to stereotypes that are holding back over 70 million stars. Workers skilled through alternative routes, rather than a bachelor's degree. It's time for skills to speak for themselves. Find resources for breaking through barriers at tearthepaperceiling.org. Brought to you by Opportunity at Work and the Ad Council.
Yes. Welcome back to the Grapevine with our brother and man at arms, Valentino Harris from Iron Heroes Gym. Man, in Milwaukee, though, this is real. A real life bodybuilder in the building. Are there a lot of bodybuilders in Milwaukee?
Well, so I judge bodybuilding competitions here.
Yeah.
So there's bodybuilders here, but as far as like a professional, I think it's just me and one other person.
Whoa.
Yeah.
In Milwaukee.
Yeah. I think it's just me and one other person.
Are you satisfied? And maybe this is probably another question. This is probably a wild question, but are you satisfied with what Milwaukee has going on in terms of the growing movement of maybe not professional bodybuilders, but people who are just working out? Or can it always be more?
Well, I think a lot of it is growing because of like social media and stuff.
Yeah.
So I think they do like a lot of for like content and stuff like that. But like for me, I feel like I use it a little different. So like I use it like I try to instead of being so I try to impact the community, because I know like if I didn't grow up this wanting to work out, be like I'm talking about when I was like 12, 13, 14, since so you see me at the wall. I think like it helps keep kids and stuff off the streets. So that's why I try to give back, and I try to make the gym I got like huge murals like Incredible Hulk, I got Wolverine, I got like a lot of stuff like a draw. But then once the teenagers and the young adults come in, then we teach them about just like staying off the streets and doing something positive with your with your body, instead of like doing like drugs and doing like a lot of like drinking and stuff like that. You should take care of your body. So one of the things that we have coming forward is that we want to have like men groups there, like even if it's like every third Thursday, just like to as not as a draw to bring people into work, just to vent, just to talk about day to day things that men and women go through, from my aspect. That's why I say men groups. But I have a friend that's she's a therapist. She wants to have women groups there also.
Right.
So it's just a way to to grow like mentally and physically. I just think that like a lot of people like in Milwaukee, like we kind of get like a little off track. So I just want to just have something positive in the city.
In the melding of a really physical place,
right,
mixed with a mental state of mind,
yes,
and a positive outlet. Those two merging is quite natural. A lot of times we go to gyms and this is what we're trying to do, but there's no external source to help bring the mental the mental into an external place,
right?
Like a verbalized place,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. So like I get a lot of like inspiration from. I got a friend that he lives in Atlanta. His name is Jason, but he goes
Shout
by
out to
Mr.
Jason.
Yeah, he goes by Mr. 2 Weeks Out on
Oh yeah,
social media.
yeah, Mr. 2 Weeks Out.
So he has a gym called The Loft.
Yeah.
And he does a lot of things that I try to do here. Like he has like they do like men groups there. They do like group classes there. They do like it's more than just a gym. It's like an ecosystem. So like they do different things there. So like I try here to try to like mimic some of that stuff. So I got like friends that's like in like different like fields, but we all come like therapist friends. They say I help out and stuff like that. And we all come together to try to make something positive in the city.
That's what we need. I do. I trust that's gonna work. Yeah. That definitely is gonna work because I know even growing up in the gym in the dojo, having after the workouts, having that space where individuals can just sit down and just talk.
Right.
Now I remember so many people even after they work out, they just leave. Sometimes just leave their stuff there, and on accident. It's just a happenstance. But in reality, it was just I think an example of them dropping off their load.
Mm-hmm.
It was them saying, you know what, I thank you for all of this, conversation.
Yeah.
And I find that I do that even when I'm working out. I have this mental real estate for me to think. So, how do you define success?
Ooh. So as far as which part? As far as
in your life?
Well, I feel like the more I grow, like if it's in like real estate or if it's in the gym or bodybuilding, it's like to me, I reached the things that I set out back when I was a teenager, but now I always tell like my friends it's like the tip of the iceberg because like now I want to use it to grow more as far as not so much like financially, but like helping people and building myself up. Like, cause now that I have the gym and I have all the tools I need, I feel like the sky's the limit because like now, we have like teenagers that come for advice and I'm back competing against some really good people, and I just feel like all the business is growing, and how many people we can help moving forward, how many people that we can help not only just get in shape, but like people they come and they ask a lot of like questions about how do you stay focused, or even like as far as like diets or stuff like that. It's just continuously helping people.
What lessons have come from your setbacks? I know there's been a number of them. I mean, you got a torn pec, but there've been some setbacks, right?
Yeah. So my thing is never let people like speak fear into your dreams or anything like that. Never, because like a lot of people told me, well, you wouldn't be able to compete while owning the gym. But the biggest thing is never lose your faith in God, because I went to a plastic surgeon and said it was on September 14th, 2022, and they told me that it would never be fixed. And then the very next year on that day is when I got it fixed.
Wow.
The very next year on that day. So he told me September 14th it'll never be fixed. A plastic surgeon, like this is what he does. And it was fixed by a specialty surgeon in California the very next year on that exact day. But the thing is, during any day in that time period between that year, I could have gave up, but my faith wouldn't let me give up.
What would you tell the lady who she looks at your physique, and she walks in, she's like, I don't want to be that big. Will I be that big if I lift all these weights? And I know you get this question a lot, and I know I know part of your answer, but
Right.
I want to hear your answer. I want them to understand what answer you're going to I don't want to be this big.
I think the to know like how difficult it is
Yeah.
to get this big, like I don't think they know how much work it'll take. But I just tell them that they should do their best as far as being the best version of themselves. Because this is like 20 years. so just don't even worry about that part. Don't worry about being this big, but just try to be the best you could be. Because it's a lot. You gotta invest a lot of time.
It's a lot of time. So the person who says that they want, a woman comes in, she's average, Milwaukee person, right? And she comes in, she says, I just want, that lean muscle. I want to, she wants to look svelte.
Right. So the thing is, it's 3 parts. It's like, and I tell everybody I train, like, when you go to the gym, if you just work out and you don't eat the correct foods, you'll feel stronger.
Yeah.
But you gotta do the cardio to burn the negative calories in your body, and you gotta replace those negative calories with good calories. And then so when you come to the gym, you just basically just shaping the muscle, but you won't be able to see it until you burn the calories that's already there and you replace them with the high proteins. So you have to know how to do the diet fluctuations too. So you gotta know when to pull the carbs back. You gotta know. You gotta eat your vegetables to keep, like the fibers to, so you stay regular. And it's a lot that go into it.
Yeah.
So, it's formed with training. It's just knowing.
That, this is such a unique conversation, especially to have on a Monday when everybody's always like, you know what? I start my diet I'll start my workout on a Monday after a full weekend. I just talked about this last week. After a full weekend of I'ma start on Monday. And they taking it back or eating. That's also counterproductive too.
Yeah.
So when we come back, we're going to talk some more with our brother Valentino Harris. At 2:00, we have Dante Threets. But we will have our song of the day. We are featuring a song of the day towards the end of the hour. You are going to be in for a treat. Song of the day. Hang tight. Take it away, Zach.
Milwaukee business owners, this is your moment. Every Friday at 8 a.m., call in to 101.7 The Truth for What the Business Is. Tell us what your business is, where you're located, and one thing you've learned along the way. What the Business is powered by We Energies, delivering the energy that powers local business. Fridays at 8 a.m. on 101.7 The Truth. Fridays at 8 a.m. on 101.7 The Truth.
I'm Chris Jakovic. I served in the United States Air Force and I deployed 3 times. So in 2017, I was serving as an Air Force First Sergeant. Our motto in that role is my job is people, everyone is my business. But unfortunately in that year, I would lose my own brother, Lance Corporal Adam Jakovic, to suicide. The majority of veteran suicides are from guns. I store my weapons securely, not only for myself, but for my family. Store all your guns securely. Help stop suicide. My service never stops.
Brought to you by End Family Fire and the Ad Council.
And here's Heather with the weather.
Well, it's beautiful out there, sunny and 75, almost a little chilly in the shade. Now, let's get a read on the inside of your car. It is hot. You've only been parked a short time and it's already 99 degrees in there. Let's not leave children in the back seat while running errands. It only takes a few minutes for their body temperatures to rise, and that could be fatal.
Cars get hot, fast, and can be deadly. Never leave a child in a car. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Babes, what are you doing?
What? I'm just mowing the lawn.
No, it's blazing hot and dry out here. Don't you remember? Smokey Bear says.
Avoid using power equipment when it's windy or dry.
Where'd you learn this?
Oh, it's on
SmokeyBear.com with many other wildfire prevention tips.
Right. Thanks, honey bear.
'Cause remember, only you can prevent wildfires.
Brought to you by the USDA Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
When a warrior faces adversity, he fights through it. He finds a way. Freedom isn't free. Rolling strong. Belief. Believe you can, and you will.
Wheelchairs for Warriors provides mobility solutions to veterans and first responders injured in the line of duty. Join the mission and visit wheelchairsforwarriors.org.
Here's the deal. We gotta set ourselves up. See, retirement is the long game. We gotta make moves and make them early. Set up goals. Don't worry about a setback. Just save up and stack up to reach them. Let's put ourselves in the right position. Pre-game to greater things.
Start building your retirement plan at thisispretirement.org. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Yes, yes, yes. And we're back in the Grapevine. We're going to pick some grapes with our brother Valentino Harris. And we have a caller on line one. Lisa, what's up? Lisa, what's up? Lisa in the coat, Jane. What's up?
You know what?
What up, Lisa?
I need his address. I need his address and all because I've been looking for a gym, a weightlifting gym, and not a little, all these other ones. Because I used to work, when I worked out in Minnesota, I worked out 6 to 7 days a week. I walked 6 miles a day. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. What I love about Minnesota, because they have so many, little lakes and a lot of parks where you just go and walk. You could calculate, put it in the name of the park, and it will tell you how many miles it is.
Oh, wow.
And that's what I loved about it. And I went to one gym, got to know the owner. I've got me a personal trainer. Mm-hmm. And ladies, the first time I went, I said it wasn't nothing. I'm like, he wasn't nothing. I ain't going back to him. When I woke up the next day, I can bear. It hurt to cry. It hurt to cry. But I promised myself, and I said, this is what you wanted to do, and you paid him. So you're going to go up. I did it 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So Wednesday came, I went back. Sore or what? So, yes, you be sore, but you know what? You get used to it. I got addicted to that burn.
Wow.
That 45-second rest, I'm like, come on, 45 seconds, hurry up. I want to do this again. I leg pressed 560.
What?
I beat the owner. Yes, I beat the bodybuilders and the owners. I leg pressed 560.
Wow.
Yes. And I only got one leg now, so I asked the doctor, I said, will I be able to leg press? He said, yeah. I said, will I be able to leg press 560 again? He said, I don't know about that. But ladies, I'm telling you, I didn't like cardio. My only cardio was walking.
Wow.
Now, you want a butt. If you want a butt, you better do them squats. My family thought I had got an implant. They was looking at it and everything.
We lost you, Lisa. Hey, thank you so much. But what do you tell people, ladies like that are they're older, 65, 70. Is it too late?
No, what I try to do is I try to teach form and I try to get mobility. So it's not really so much about lifting heavy or anything like that. It's about staying functional at that point. You still want to use your muscles,
right?
We would take the workout slower, and we would make sure that all the form is correct. We would probably use resistance bands. We would probably use different things, but you always want to use your muscles. So, when you're a little older, you just want to make sure that mobile and that you're still using your muscles. As far as we'll use resistance bands, lighter weight, and the form would be very, very good.
Because as you get older, the muscle starts to deteriorate.
Yeah. So then you want to make sure that your diet is good too, and you want to make sure that you're eating the foods that make you hold on to your muscles while training. It's like training smarter. I was training my friend today. He's close to 60, but he was still leg pressing 3 plates on each side for a lot of reps. But the thing is, we just take our time and then we just make sure that the workouts you still use your muscles.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
What do your parents say about you?
Well, my mom and my dad. My mom, she's really proud of me because she's seen it from since I was a little kid, like doing push-ups in the kitchen. She would, and then I told her that I had a dream and a goal, and she believed in it. And I remember the first time she gave me some really true advice, and that like even business aspects, bodybuilding aspects. Like so I had this competition. It was on October 18th. My mom's birthday is October 19th. And so this was the first time my mom and my dad went out together on a date, like in a long time. They watched me compete.
Yeah.
And then I ended up getting last. So I got last the day before her birthday. And then, I'm like blaming everybody but myself.
Yeah.
And I'm upset with her. She said, "You know what, son, I love you, but I'm not saying the guy was better than you, but today he was." And she never been to a bodybuilding competition. She was like, his muscles was a little drier and a little rounder. And the thing is for me, I showed bad sportsmanship that day. Like I didn't like wave to the crowd. I didn't do anything like that. So it was nobody to blame. If my mama tell me the truth, it's so the only thing you could do is look in the mirror and just get better.
Right.
So I went to the promoters of the competition and I apologized for bad sportsmanship.
Yeah.
And then this is a guy who I used to always look up to. He was a bodybuilder too, like 300 pounds. So he was huge. So I had to look in the mirror and really apologize and take accountability. So once I apologized for that, he said, I've been there too. So he was like, you just change a couple of things.
Right.
So I worked all year. And then October 19th, the competition came back around on my mom's birthday, and then I won the entire competition. Ooh. I won. So I went from last to first. Just off my mom telling me the truth.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah. It was really good. And it's things like that I remember. Because she had a blind eye, and she told me the truth. She said, when I say blind eye, I mean it was like non-biased. Like, I know, you my son, but from what I could see that night he was. And then the guy called me. He did the competition before. He ended up missing the weight by 1 pound on purpose. So he had to go to a higher class because he didn't want to compete against me. But he ended up winning his class, so we had to go against each other anyway in the overall. And then I still beat him. So
yeah. This
so.
is the power of consistency. This is the power of being powerful in your own mind.
Yes.
This is you're your own superhuman.
100%.
And so this is what we're trying to do here on Mindful Movement Motivation Mondays. We're looking for the keys to make ourselves superhuman, because we're born into a place where being normal is okay. And you're looking, and you've already became your own superhero.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that part is amazing. To be your own slice of pie.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
you got your own cake and you eating it too.
Yeah. I think, like you said, it's consistency. And the thing is, it's like seeing what you want to do and then not giving up on it when it's tough, because anything worth having it'll be like you always gonna have like distractions. You always but you got to work for what you want, and you can't lose sight of the goal.
That's right. So this part of our segment before you jet out of here and go back to the gym.
Yes.
Iron Heroes Gym on 911 West.
No, North 27th Street. Yep. North.
Okay, 911 North 27th Street. That's off of 27th and Kilbourne. Please, if you didn't write it down, write it down. If you don't have it, go drive down 27th Street. You can't miss us if you head west on 27th or south on 27th Street, it's on the west side of the street. It's on the right side. So you can't miss it, right? This part of our conversation, we call it the rapid fire.
Mm-hmm. Right.
What's your favorite workout song? Now, before you answer, I don't want you to think. I want you to give it to me quick. You ready to do it again? All right.
Hold on. So song or motor? Because I listen to a lot of motivational speakers.
It doesn't matter. So ready? Favorite workout song.
No, so I got some positive songs.
Go ahead.
Okay.
It's good.
So my favorite workout song.
Hey, yo, he tried to think. Nah, he can't even think.
Okay. My favorite song is a song I've been listening to recently. So I usually listen to motivational speeches.
Yeah.
But it's a song called I Need Us by, I think, Rob 49.
Okay. I Need Us. Somebody need to play that.
No.
Cardio or weights?
Oh, man. Weights.
Hardest body to train?
Hardest body part?
Hardest body part to train.
Oh, legs.
Creatine or whey protein?
Whey protein.
Best fatherhood lesson?
Ooh. What you mean? So, like, that I learned or that I teach my son?
Hey, either one.
Oh. Stay focused. Stay disciplined. Like, work hard.
Work hard.
Mm-hmm.
Where can people find you?
They can come to my gym, Iron Heroes Gym, 911 North 27th Street, or my Facebook is Valentino Harris, and then my Instagram is IFBB Pro Tino Harris.
Hey, we're going to make sure people reach out to you. Before we go, we got Song of the Day. It's called Positive Vibes. Remember, we're introducing something new on the Grapevine. Song of the Day for Mindful Movement Mondays. Today's song is all about joy, movement, and rhythm, protecting your peace, consistency. Right. Hey, and we got Steve the Stoner on that video with Kalani. Movement is healing, is dance. Hey, y'all, once we play it, grab some water, rest your mind, come right back because Dante Threets is up next after we come back from these messages. Let's go, Zach.
Like look at Steve. I'm a star. I remember swiping heads, trying to get it off. I dump it packs, they'll break it through cars. Yeah, they said I wouldn't make it, trying to break it hard. Now I'm on stage, I just was running from the dark. I know they see me. I just passed to my dog like a frisbee. Canary yellow diamonds got it looking like some pee-pee. I shot to the moon, you a with E.T.
Live the high life this summer and enjoy every moment with the champagne of beers. Miller High Life. If you've got the time, they've got the beer. Celebrate responsibly. 2026 Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 10 and 35%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
For 75 years, the Muscular Dystrophy Association's voices have thundered through the halls of Congress.
For 75 years, we've willed the impossible into existence.
For 75 years, the MDA community has pushed the science,
shifted the narrative, and established the field of neuromuscular medicine.
And until that day, when this is all a thing of the past,
you couldn't stop us if you tried.
Join us and celebrate 75 years of breakthroughs at MDA75.org.
You can't buy a best friend. You can love them, walk them, pet them, and care for them, whether they want you to or not. You can take a picture or 50. You can fly to the moon, travel the world, or just stay in bed. You can't buy a best friend like that, but you can adopt one. There are millions of pets waiting for a best friend just like you. Help us save them all at bestfriends.org.
You're listening to Milwaukee Black Talk on 101.7 FM.
The Truth.
And 1510 AM. W269DL. Milwaukee. A Milwaukee Black media company.
Woo! Man, Zach, if you kept that beat going, I could have started freestyling. Welcome back to the Grapevine with Manan Sabir. That's me. And I'm telling you, this today, Mindful Movement Mondays is we picking these grapes, we eating them. This is the Grapevine. We're in the Truth Radio station, 101.7 FM. This is inside the 3rd Street Market Hall. Man, I don't know. I think I had some juice. I must have had some juice today. So that we're coming back. We're back, and we have a special guest in the studio, and I want to set this up correctly. After that beautiful song of the day by Steve the Stoner and Kalani, I want to set this up correctly because that song of the day was called Positive Vibes, and today is all about movement, joy, healing, protecting your peace. And joining me formally is a good friend of mine, Dante Threets, yogi, healer, and somebody that's passionate about helping communities heal through movement, breath work, heartbreak. They moving through it all. We're all just gonna form and function around all of this, right? So, who is Dante?
Okay. Well, greetings to the audience. My name is Dante Threets, yogi, educator, wellness coach, psychosocial rehab support specialist, friend, father, brother, son, uncle, all around genuine human being here to serve.
How did you we talk about trauma, and we talk about trauma in our community. I'm gonna cut to the chase. How does yoga, I'm gonna talk like I'm at the corner store with you, you know what I'm saying? We hit the corner store over there, and
Yo, you do that yoga?
You do that yoga joint? Well, you do that yoga joint?
Yo, you do that yoga?
Man, I'm about to, I got something on the side. I got a case or whatever, man. I got trauma over here. Right. Conversation. Right. What do you say to that person? what do you say? How does yoga help me with my trauma?
Well, simply put, because it's a very complex answer to that question.
Mm-hmm.
Can you hear me okay?
Speak up a little bit more.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yoga isn't a simple answer. It's I suppose the approach is simple, but the complexities are kind of difficult to iron out. But I will say to that gentleman at the corner store, I would say the one thing that yoga can help you do is to release. Okay? And a lot of times, through yoga, people learn to actually release. Most of the time, people whom are dealing with trauma are constantly clenched, if you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anxiety, stress, all that stuff forms up in the shoulders, and people don't even realize they're tense. But you can always look at people and see where their shoulders are.
Yeah.
Sometimes their shoulders are up towards their ears. It means that they're stressed or their anxiety or they're maybe in some ways trying to guard themselves from something, right? But the art of yoga is to inhale and exhale. Okay. So you have to remember to also exhale.
Yeah.
And I think those whom unfortunately have experienced traumatic events in their lives don't quite know how to exhale yet.
Have you found in that releasing, when they're taking these classes and they haven't learned, have you found the emotional release, people crying,
I will say, not here in Milwaukee, but
oh, we just too tough, huh?
No.
Steel City,
no,
baby.
I mean, it's real here, but no, but the experience that I'm speaking of is a really good friend of mine actually helped me complete my training.
Yeah.
And part of the training was, there was 5 different meditative sequences that I had to do. And one of them was called the, I forget the name of it, but it was basically a meditation in which you were basically bringing up a problem, acknowledging the problem, releasing the problem,
right,
and then telling the problem or the person in which the problem was with that you loved them. And you had to say that like 5 times. And so as she's doing this, I see tears rolling down her eyes. Keep in mind that she's laying on her back in what is known as supine position, or just a comfortable laying down position, right?
Right.
And all of a sudden, tears are streaming, and I'm like, wow,
that's deep.
Tears are streaming, yeah. So whatever it is that she chose to bring up, acknowledge, forgive herself for, release, and then to say that I love you or I love the situation must have been pretty significant. Now, I didn't ask her what that was. That was none of my business. But I was there to witness something being released.
Gas prices are high.
Yeah.
Inflation is high.
Yep.
We got war or not. It's a fight on the White House lawn. My friend just got taken out. We're in a city where it's not large but small. Kind of basically just coming out of segregation.
Okay.
I think part of my question is, can movement actually heal emotional pain?
Yeah, I think it can. I think if you give it the opportunity to, yoga has a way of slowing people down. And I've heard this said numerous times that yoga isn't for everyone, but can be for everyone, right?
Whoa.
In the sense that, and I have a client, a private client with whom I've been recently speaking with, and she's like, I don't know if I can do it because I just can't slow down, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, well,
that's a lot of the society right now.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
And so yoga has that capacity, if you allow it to, for you to slow down, right? Ultimately, yoga is meant to bring you to a state of meditation. Actually, let's clear something up here. So yoga isn't really just movement.
Yeah.
What it is a combination of states. So yoga starts with the breath. You can use that breath within your movements. Okay, so there's pranayama, and then there's asana. Asana is the movement or the postures, and then you have meditation, right? So all those things, once you've actualized all of them through your practice, is the state of yoga. So yoga means to join or to yoke. And
you're
so
joining all of those
you're
things.
joining all of those things to reach a state of yoga.
And you're constantly, as you're joining the states, you're constantly graduating to the next state. Almost.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess you could say that. You're essentially, allowing certain channels to open up so that you can, reach the state that yoga provides.
We got a lot to discuss in a short amount of time.
Yes, sir.
I definitely want to talk about you as a black yogi, a black male yogi in Milwaukee, of all places, how much of an anomaly that is. You as a dad, and your DJ career. One of the coolest DJs that ever lived, but ain't doing it no more. Y'all leave him alone.
Don't do
leave
that.
Him alone.
Don't do that.
Hey, take a deep
Don't
breath.
do that. Right.
Y'all take a deep breath.
Right.
Y'all take a deep breath and refill your water and come right back.
Educators Credit Union is more than a place to manage your money. They're where your financial possibilities take shape. They're more than transactions. They're conversations about your financial goals. More than numbers, they're community advocates who support free, local events that are accessible to all. They foster community because we are stronger together. Educators Credit Union is people helping people. Become a member at ECU.com. Insured by NCUA. Membership eligibility required.
Are people around me safe when I vape? Science does not support that belief. Exhaled vape emissions linger in the air, affecting indoor air quality and bystanders in the same space through secondhand exposure. Vaping emissions can also accumulate on clothes, hair, dust, and furniture, leading to exposure risks to bystanders of all ages. And vaping around a pregnant person can lead to serious health impacts on fetal and childhood development. Enough with the puff. Learn more at ul.org/vaping.
My mom has decided to learn to paint, and she's good.
My dad's now into creative cuisine, and I've already put on 6 pounds.
Learning new things comes with age.
My mom, she started forgetting my name and what we're talking about.
Forgetting well-known things doesn't. Memory loss may be a sign of Alzheimer's disease. Early detection gives you and your loved one time to plan for the future. Learn the warning signs of Alzheimer's at 10signs.org. Brought to you by the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
Don't act like that. Don't wear that. Don't think that. I've heard everything you tell yourself every time you felt different. And I want you to know that you can be vulnerable and powerful, that taking care of your mind is taking care of everyone you love and who loves you. Love your mind. Find mental health resources at loveyourmindtoday.org. Brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council.
The possibility of lung cancer can be pretty scary, especially if you're one of approximately 8 million current or former smokers at high risk. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know that now there's a breakthrough low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early, and it only takes 60 seconds. You stop smoking, now start screening. For an easy quiz to see if you're eligible, visit SaveByTheScan.org. It could save your life. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
Reading aloud to children sharpens their listening skills, expands their vocabularies, and nurtures a lifelong love of reading. That's why Reading is Fundamental, the nation's leading children's literacy nonprofit, offers free monthly read-alouds by popular authors through its Rally to Read program. Visit rallytoread.org to watch the read-alouds and discover exciting reading activities for school and home. Visit rallytoread.org today.
Welcome back to the Grapevine. We have Dante Threets in the building, and we're going to have a word from our sponsors. Don't miss 101.7 The Truth, broadcasting live from Milwaukee's Juneteenth celebration. Join us, community conversations, interviews with community leaders, and more. Thanks to Educators Credit Union, Molson Coors, Tayback Law, American Family Insurance, and Milwaukee College Prep for supporting this special community event. We'll see you at the Juneteenth Festival as we celebrate freedom, culture, education, and community together. Now, we have highlighted homegrown talent and exceptional independent artists and songs we like. So the first song that we had was by a very beloved Milwaukee independent artist, but it's a big song. We have Steve the Stoner with Songbird, a.k.a. Kayla Henderson. So make sure you all let us know what you think. Chat, hit us up in the chat, or call in 833-212-1017. 833-212-1017. I'm going to repeat that. 833-212-1017. And remember, if you don't have us on YouTube, you can also text us. But if you do have us on YouTube, hit us up on the chat on YouTube, and we will love to take your comments, questions, concerns on Mindful Movement Monday. And back to our brother Dante Threets. How you doing, my brother?
Oh, I am blessed, my man. And it's a pleasure to be here.
You are a almost fresh transplant from Korea?
No, almost fresh transplant from Saudi Arabia.
Saudi Arabia?
Yeah.
How was that?
So, interesting. I will say, for those who haven't been to the Middle East, this may be a little layered, but it is a beautiful, wondrous part of the world that you, if you get a chance, should go see.
Does your mind go back to there when you're in your yoga flow state?
No. You know, here's the interesting thing about Saudi Arabia. So I didn't find yoga there, but I found my calling to teach it there, if that makes sense.
Tell me more. Explain.
Okay. So here's the story. I'll try and break it down really succinctly for the audience and not to take up too much time. But I taught English abroad for about 12 years. I spent 6 years in South Korea and 6 years in Saudi Arabia, respectively. In Korea, I met a guy named Cody. Okay, Cody was the short Hawaiian guy who would convince me to do jujitsu. Okay. Now, as we would travel to and from the jujitsu gym, he had realized that I was having some knee issues because I believe I tore my ACL when I was in the 6th grade.
Yeah,
and
you went through life with that.
Yeah,
yeah,
with chronic arthritis in both my knees. Right, meaning sitting in a chair with my knees bent for longer than 5 minutes. After that 5 minutes, I was going to have to start straightening my legs just to lessen the achiness. Right.
Yeah.
So anyway, Cody's like, hey, I think you should try yoga. And I was like, yoga? Nah. And then he was like, if you're a wrestling fan, Diamond Dallas Page has made his own yoga system. Were you familiar with, do you know Diamond Dallas Page? Were you into wrestling that much?
I wasn't into wrestling that much. I understand the name, but I don't know.
Okay. So the long and short of it is after his wrestling career, because he started late. He started when he was in his 30s, which is unheard of.
That's that's hard.
And I mean, pro wrestling, you basically break yourself.
Yeah,
and
over and over
again. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so his then wife was trying to convince him to do yoga because it might help.
Yeah.
And after resistance, he finally did it, and then he made a program for himself called YRG, Yoga for Real Guys. And so during the download era, you know what I mean, of like downloading whatever. So I downloaded the video, and I want to say this was in 2011 that I did, but I didn't start practicing until 2014.
Right.
And so I gave it a try, a serious try, good old college try, right? And then I started to notice the arthritis in my legs was becoming less and less.
Right.
And less. Now, I wasn't consistent with it, and to be honest with you, from the from the time that I downloaded those videos until 2020, I hadn't been really consistent with yoga at all. I had done maybe, I would do it every 2 days or so, but it wasn't consistent.
Yeah.
Meaning that I couldn't really, physically, I couldn't get through a full yoga session without having to go down into child's pose, if you guys know what that is.
Yeah.
So 2020 comes around, and I take it, 2020, okay. I was in Korea from 2009 to 2015. And then 2015 to 2021, I was in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, in Saudi Arabia, there were other teachers that were teaching yoga on the compound we were living on. And the more and more I started to go to those classes, what happened was there was South African guy who was like, hey, I have some pain in my knees and my legs. Do you know how I can fix that? And I was like, well, I'm not a doctor, so I can't tell you this is going to fix it, but we can do some yoga poses. Maybe that'll help. And so he was like, yeah, that would really help. So he started coming over to my apartment twice a week.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, twice a week became 3 months. And then after 3 months, there were 4 more people in the class, all males. And, wanting to learn and wanting to, I guess, from their perspective, not work out, but work out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like not having to lift weights, not having to run, not having to jump rope.
Right.
But, doing something strenuous that they would consider a workout.
And people are extending their lives, disconnecting from this hard life.
You mean like the
hard exercise,
right,
stuff like
right,
that.
Right.
They're extending their lives. They're extending their bodies, right? Like, so you have basketball players who play 82 plus games, plus summer times and weekends, and they train like LeBron, whatever they do. But they're doing yoga regularly, and the ones that do yoga regularly are becoming, almost super athletes. They're extending their careers. Am I right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. See, the one thing yoga taught me was that, and with all due respect, sedentary activity, literally kills your cells.
Yeah.
It doesn't allow for your body to reach its full elasticity, right? So if people haven't worked out in a long time and all of a sudden they go to a yoga class, shout out to my my niece and my nephew whom they're probably not listening to this. They live in Texas, but
yeah.
My brother recently told me that they tried yoga for the first time and that it was, quote, very painful. Right?
Yeah.
Now, why is that? It's because they were probably put in postures in which they've never had to be put in before. So their ligaments, their tendons, their muscles, everything is tense, and they don't know how to breathe in order to allow the muscles to relax and to reach further elasticity.
So what do you say to the mom that has 2-3 kids? What do you say? Shots fired. What do you say to the mom? What do you say to the mom who got 2-3 kids? Right, exactly. That is constantly running, telling people what to do.
Are you out of your damn mind?
I know.
Okay,
what do you say to
that's
that
how
mom?
it's gonna be.
Or the dad who has kids? They wake up late. What do you say to the constant motion parents?
Well,
what do you say to them when they need to get something in?
Well, I would say, because I'm also one of those dads.
Yeah.
You got to find the time. And finding the time, creating the space. It doesn't even have to be a full 60-minute class like most yoga classes are. It could be 10 minutes, could be 15 minutes. You could sit and breathe for 5, do some movement for 10, and then get on with your day.
Hey, y'all, we're going to be right back with Dante Threets. Please go get that email done and get you don't get you a soda. Get you a water. This is Mindful Movement Mondays. We'll be right back on the Grapevine.
Live the high life this summer and enjoy every moment with the champagne of beers. Miller High Life. If you've got the time, they've got the beer. Celebrate responsibly. 2026 Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
We asked parents who adopted teens to share their journey.
When I met both of them, it was like my missing pieces were found. Like it was just like an instant, these are my kids. If you're considering adopting a teen, just do it. Kids need families. I don't care the age, everybody deserves a family.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. Visit adoptuskids.org to learn more. A message brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma.
At age 30, Carissa finished her high school diploma.
If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, you can do it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. Perfectly imperfect. Beating in rhythm to the world you've created. But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out. Your life sounds pretty great. Don't let a buzz ruin it. Buzz driving is drunk driving. Don't drive buzzed. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Doctors Without Borders is delivering life-saving medical care where it's needed most in communities around the world. From bandaging war-wounded patients in Sudan to providing clean drinking water in Haiti, we're in more than 70 countries worldwide, bringing patients from sick to recovering, from emergency to aid, from crisis to care. This life-saving care is made possible by a global movement of supporters like you. Thank you.
Mommy, can I sit in the front seat just this one time? Please, please, please.
No, not yet.
But why?
Because I love you, and you're just not ready yet. Now, get in the back so I can get you in your car seat, please.
Putting your kids in the right seat for their age and size is an act of love. Check that your kids are in the right seat at nhtsa.gov/the right seat. Love protects. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Yeah, so Dante is explaining child's pose. Go ahead, keep talking.
Yeah. So what I'm explaining is like a quick 5 to 10 minute morning routine that you can do that would, kind of get your day going. And if you're familiar with child's pose is when you're, kind of on your knees, sitting on your heels, your arms are kind of stretched forward. That is a resting pose, okay? And then if you were to raise off of your heels and then kind of mimic what they call tabletop, right? So you're on all fours, right? Then there's what they call cat-cow, but I call it cow-cat because that's the order of the pose.
Mm-hmm.
So you go into cow pose. Cow pose is when you're kind of inhaling, dropping the stomach, curving the spine this way. And then as you exhale, you're kind of doing the opposite, pushing into the mat, tucking your chin, rounding the spine up towards the ceiling. That would be cat pose, right? And then from there, you tuck your toes, lift the knees off the mat, push your chest back. Your tailbone goes up to the ceiling. That would be downward dog. And then exhale into child's pose. Fin.
So if I, as a black man, black male yogi, you obviously run into, and especially in your line of work, black men who are tight, who have a lot of trauma. Specifically, we're speaking about black men. What is it? I don't get why we're not doing yoga enough.
Okay. So I don't have a theory. I'm not going to say theory.
Yeah.
But I suspect because yoga is largely dominated by women, I would think that causes, and this is going back to Diamond Dallas Page. The reason why he didn't want to do it was because yoga is for women, right? And if you look around, if you're even, slightly observant, you could see that at least here in the U.S. and most of the Western world, the yoga spaces are dominated by women, which is not a criticism, let that be known. But it's just a fact.
Yeah.
And so, I teach at a yoga studio in Cedarburg, and I am the only male teacher.
Let alone a black male teacher.
Indeed. And
yeah.
And so I forgot where I was going with that.
It's okay.
Thank you.
Are you satisfied with where yoga is in your life?
Interesting question. Yes and no. Okay. I can appreciate what yoga has done for me up to this point. Okay. I'm not satisfied with my outreach, as it were. Okay. Like I said, I teach at Yoga One in Cedarburg. Sunday morning hot slow flow at 9:30 in case anyone is interested.
Y'all got to come out there, man.
I've got some other things that I'd like to share also.
Oh yeah,
but that's
please
not
share
later.
them. Please share them.
Okay,
Yeah.
we'll share them later.
Yeah.
But part of my purpose is to bring more men into the yoga fold.
Right.
And I mean, that includes all men, black men especially. But all men are welcome in the sense that, we don't we don't necessarily have to be buff. We don't have to necessarily start working out. But, the flexibility, mobility, strength, breath is far more valuable than being able to do 20 kettlebell swings.
There was a study that said in it came through the National Geographic, but it was a study out of some other, maybe Lancet or whatever, and it was talking about the correlation between having a flexible spine and the length of years you live.
Oh, okay. That's interesting. I'll have to look that up.
And it was saying that the more flexible your spine is, the more years you live, basically. They're taking out all the societal issues.
Right.
If you just take those two tracks,
right,
it was paralleling them.
Right. Well, the spine is literally connected to everything in the body. Everything runs through the spine. That means if you're, you break your back, whatever. I mean, that's not just your back. That's, it's almost like, when you, I hope this isn't a bad example, but like if you've ever split open a bell pepper.
Yep.
And the mitochondria in there.
Yeah.
In how it's connected to everything inside.
Yep.
That's how the spine is. And the spine is really a delicate part of the body.
And a lot of people don't realize that that's where an enormous amount of, even when you drink, the nerves from the spine wrap around not just the spine is on a straight line and down your back, but the nerves connect from your spine to like everything in your body. Everything. So even when you drink, you're actually you're what they call it, singeing those nerves. You're like burning the tips of those nerves. That's why people get like lightheaded or they get inebriated fast or later on they get slower. But but it goes from your head, it hits your gut and it hits your head. But it has all of these synapses, right? For people who are in very stressful situations, what is one thing that they can do in those stressful situations that will help them take a break?
I mean, aside from breathing, are we talking about like spinal movement?
We can add breathing and then add a spinal movement in there.
Well, you're going to have to add the breath to any movement.
Because it's all connected.
Yeah, it's all connected. In yoga, there are certain positions that require you to inhale.
Yeah.
And others that require you to exhale. Right. And usually when you are exhaling, that is how you release a lot of the tension, But, a good reset pose would be, child's pose would be one. Downward dog would be another. Now, I don't know if you've done yoga or you've gone through some classes. Okay. And you've done downward dog before.
Yeah.
Would you believe that that's an actual like resting pose?
I didn't know that.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It's it's similar to child's pose in that that's a move that you can come to take a break. Now that would be, in between your sun salutation movements, or if you guys know what that is.
Right.
But yeah, the downward dog is considered a resting pose. And I heard that and I was like, no. But now I understand.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
So you have children, and children are always moving. All the time. They wake up and it's like, Daddy. And it's go time.
Or after school.
Yeah.
Or when you get home. Right.
But it's go.
Right.
Green light.
Right.
Should schools, and this is to all the school officials, so make sure y'all call in 833-212-1017, 833-212-1017, or hit us up on the chat on YouTube, or text 833-212-1017. Should kids in school, this is to all the school officials, I'm going to say it one more time. Y'all need to be listening because this is the last day of school today for some schools. And I'll repeat this. Should schools teach yoga first thing in the morning?
That's how they did it in India.
Woo! Tell them again.
That is how they did it in India.
And he was a DJ, y'all. I don't believe he. That's how they did it in India.
So
this is not India. This is America.
You're right.
Yeah.
But I'd mention sun salutations, right?
Yeah.
And for those who don't know, sun salutation is basically a sequence of about 10 movements. I call it like it's like the main conditioning sequence in yoga, right? It requires a certain amount of strength and breath and flexibility and conditioning, basically.
Yeah.
Right. But from what I understand, and I've heard this through multiple sources, was that the sun salutation was used to get kids to be able to sit through school.
So
yeah.
I you know what I say to that? It harnesses their CPU, their central processing unit.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and ultimately it calms them.
Yeah.
You know, it calms, but at the same time, it's energizing.
Yep.
Right? Because you get the blood flow, obviously, right?
Yeah.
You get the breathing that impacts the mind.
Yeah.
And then you get the physical aspect of it that allows you to do some sort of exertion, right? And so in that way, all those things are kind of covered, and you can basically kind of chill out.
Hey, y'all, when we come back, we're going to talk to Dante about his vision for yoga in Milwaukee. We're going to pick some more of his grapes off his vine. When we come back, we're going to make sure that we pick these grapes. Hit me back, Zach.
Milwaukee business owners, this is your moment. Every Friday at 8 a.m., call in to 101.7 The Truth for What the Business Is. Tell us what your business is, where you're located, and one thing you've learned along the way. What the Business is powered by We Energies, delivering the energy that powers local business. Fridays at 8 a.m. on 101.7 The Truth. Fridays at 8 a.m. on 101.7 The Truth.
In sitcoms, when someone has a problem, they just blurt it out and move on.
Well, I lost my job and my parakeet is missing. How was your day?
But the real world is different. Managing life's challenges can be overwhelming. So, what do? We get support. The Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council have mental health resources available for you at loveyourmindtoday.org. That's loveyourmindtoday.org. See how much further you can go when you take care of your mental health.
For 250 years, our armed forces have bravely served America. Wounded Warrior Project honors that legacy by supporting post-9/11 service members and veterans like Anthony, a Marine who was injured by a roadside bomb in Afghanistan.
They carried me through my injuries, not just my physical, but my mental. And seeing other vets doing the same thing helped me tell myself, hey, you can do this.
Join us in honoring warriors at woundedwarriorproject.org/America.
In the United States, a vehicle is stolen every 31 seconds, about as long as this message. Luckily, you can take a few easy steps to protect your car in the same amount of time. Remove your valuables, roll up your windows, don't leave your car running unattended, lock your doors, and take your keys or fob. If you have information about a crime, call the police. If you suspect insurance fraud, also call 800-TEL-NICB. A public service message from the National Insurance Crime Bureau.
I always had to be so good, no one could ignore me. Carve my path with data and drive. But some people only see who I am on paper. The paper ceiling, the limitations from degree screens to stereotypes that are holding back over 70 million stars. Workers skilled through alternative routes rather than a bachelor's degree. It's time for skills to speak for themselves. Find resources for breaking through barriers at tearthepaperceiling.org. Brought to you by Opportunity at Work and the Ad Council.
I'm Chris Jakimick. I served in the United States Air Force and I deployed 3 times. So in 2017, I was serving as an Air Force First Sergeant. Our motto in that role is my job is people, everyone is my business. But unfortunately in that year, I would lose my own brother, Lance Corporal Adam Jakimick, to suicide. The majority of veteran suicides are from guns. I store my weapons securely, not only for myself, but for my family. Store all your guns securely. Help stop suicide. My service never stops.
Brought to you by End Family Fire and the Ad Council.
Woo! Is that sound like a Roots beat? A little bit. Hey, now we're back in the Grapevine with Dante Threets, my good friend Black Yogi. I'm telling y'all, this has been a fantastic, fantastic conversation. Before we get going into the next part, where can people find you? I want to get this out the way because they need to find you. Okay. And you need to tell us about these events that's going on.
Right. Okay. Well, you can find me on Sunday mornings at 9:30 at the Yoga One studio in Cedarburg. It is a hot yoga class, so I don't know if anyone is opposed to that, but it is a hot yoga class, 9:30 Sunday mornings in Cedarburg.
So if you have, if you can't take that wig off or that weave and just put it up, you know what I'm saying? Put it up. Just, it's okay. You know, I'm sure I've learned to tie a nice, thing up, and I've heard people get it in with even those types of hairstyles. So don't be afraid. It's all good.
I just finalized something this morning. I'll be teaching yoga at the Thiensville Farmers Market.
Yes.
I've got 4 dates that should be on their website, but in case you were wondering, it's July 14th, August 4th, September 8th, and then September 29th.
Okay.
Now, it will be posted on their website. Now, I don't know if it's going to be up yet. This was something that just happened in the last few days or so. So keep checking the Thiensville Farmers Market. It should have the dates and times available, sign-up sheets, QR codes, all that stuff, so you can sign up. I do believe the cost is $20.
I really like that, man. So you were a DJ.
Yes.
Tell me about your DJ career. Does that play into your yoga? Because, I take a trap yoga class any day.
Yeah, well,
can I kick it?
Here's
I can.
The ironic thing about trap music and yoga. They kind of are diametrically opposed to each other.
And he said diametrically. Word of the day.
And I say that because
I don't know what that means.
It kind of means that both things
Definitely
can be
opposed.
true at the same time.
Yeah, but there's some
polar
opposites.
right. There's polar opposites, but can be true.
Yeah.
In whichever side they represent. Right. I could see how if trap were played in a yoga class, people being encouraged to dance while in downward dog, but that's another story.
Yeah.
So here's the truth about my DJ career.
Yeah.
I started my career here in Milwaukee.
Yeah.
First place I DJ'd was a place called the Twisted Fork on the east side.
Yep.
And it was for New Year's Eve, and it was the longest gig of my career. It was 6.5 hours, I think. Yeah, it was
a lot of music.
It's a lot of music. And that's with, this is back in 2002.
You had crates.
I had CDs.
Oh.
I had a book full of CDs.
Yeah.
Just hoping that they didn't scratch.
Right.
But then I DJ'd at Decibel and Deep Bar for a little while, and at the Social, which was not the old Social, but the Social that relocated on South, what was that, 4th Street?
Yeah.
1st Street? 2nd Street? 2nd Street. And then I went overseas, and ironically, I met this guy named Kevin, who's from Toronto.
Yeah.
Shout out
to Kevin.
Oyocam Boyd, otherwise known as. He's from Toronto, right? Yeah. And so we were both in this little town outside of Seoul, Korea, and this dude with this huge ass this huge afro comes walking out of the apartment, and I'm like, who is this dude? And ironically enough, he was like, who is this dude? So we start talking. Come to find out that his musical tastes and my musical tastes were almost exactly the same. And at the same time, when we met, the second question he asked me was, well, what are your hobbies? And I'm like, well, I DJ. And he was like, oh yeah, well, I DJ too. And so that moment sparked a 5-year partnership where we DJ'd all over Seoul, Korea.
What would you tell the kid in Milwaukee, never seen the lake, only saw, from Houghton to
like
16th Street.
Yeah,
16th Street, you know what I'm saying? Go to the old Hopkins Street School. What would you say to that kid who doesn't have a passport and is scared to go past certain boundaries? What would you say to that kid? Because you pass a bunch of boundaries. That's a lot. You're a yogi. You DJ. You traveled.
Right.
You lived in
27 different countries, mind you.
27 different countries. You lived in two different countries.
I do want to say this while I have a chance. There is an individual whom is also from Milwaukee, whom is currently teaching in the Middle East.
Yeah.
Shout out to Troy Benz.
Shout out to Troy.
He, I mean, I can't speak for him.
Yeah.
Okay. But he's probably in the realm of close to 100 countries that he's seen. Right. And that same dude used to be with his dad selling African stuff at the PAC.
Yeah.
Yeah. So on behalf of him, what I would tell that young boy is to keep his options open.
Yeah.
And to don't be afraid to leave your comfort zone. Because once you do, yes, it's largely discomforting, but there's so much strength in being brave and, uprooting, going to a different city, going to a different country. I mean, those things are scary, but, I don't know if everyone can say this, but I know that when I would go someplace, I had angels following me because, certain people would just show up at the right time, right when I needed them, and of course I worried about things, but I never really had to worry about things in hindsight.
That's deep. That's a bar. This is a point of our conversation where I ask you very rapid fire questions.
Sure.
UWM or Marquette?
UWM.
Okay.
That's my alma mater. So of course. I have
to take a pause on that.
Right now.
DMX or Jay-Z?
Jay-Z. I never really liked DMX. Am I allowed to say that?
They're probably going to cut us.
Right. Right. Slash my tires.
Slash your tires. Music or silence?
Oh my God. So if you would have asked me that 5 years ago, I would have said music.
Yeah.
But now I say silence.
Favorite way to reset mentally?
Oh, meditation.
Old school or new school?
Old school or new school what?
Anything.
Old school hip hop.
Mm-hmm.
New school technology.
Deep.
Does that make sense?
Makes
Am I
sense.
allowed that?
Yeah. Okay. That sounds like Will I Am.
You know what
Will
that.
I Am, shout us out, man.
Shout out to Will I Am.
Yeah.
No, but you know what that is? That's you know, I don't know if you know about Selection Radio.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
With
So,
Joe K. Yeah.
Yeah. So that is old school. You know, it's a lot of the stuff that they play, a lot of a lot of what built that was old school hip hop with new school technology.
Yeah.
You know.
Last question before we get out of here. Your mom's cooking or your grandmother's cooking? Yeah, this one's going to definitely get you in trouble.
It's gotta be.
I hope they listening. Mom, I hope you listen to this one. Watch this.
Okay, so it's gotta be.
I'll take my
No,
headphones
okay,
off of this one.
okay. And can I tell a story after this? After I answer this question,
Real quick.
It'll be
We got
a
30
brief one.
seconds.
30
Yeah.
seconds.
Yeah.
Okay. My mom's chicken. My mom's cooking because her fried chicken encouraged me not to be a vegan anymore.
Oh.
True story.
So you diss your grandmother.
My mom's fried chicken was like, you need this. And my body was like,
come here.
Damn, I didn't need this. I had no idea. It's a true story, man. It's a true story.
Yo, that's crazy. So I'm excited for you. I'm excited because you are back in Milwaukee. I'm excited because you are a Black male yogi, and I'm excited that you're doing things in the space of healing. And I'm glad that you are on the road to healing. We never stop. But I'm glad that you're there. We've had many conversations, and I think we're all in that space right now.
Right. Can I say one more thing?
Yeah.
What I'm building is a company called Tri-Axis Wellness.
Yeah.
And the building, it's in its building stages. But one of the first programs I'm wanting to offer is called Intentional Grounding. And it's a men-centered program that is designed for strength, mobility, grounding, and community.
Let's do it. We're going to connect. We're going to make sure that you connected to our network here.
Yeah, I would like to. And I'd like to bring it into Milwaukee because a lot of what I'm doing is out in Ozaukee County, and I'd like to be in the city.
We're going to bring Dante Threets back. Thank you, Dante.
Thank you so much.
And it's finally the moment of the hour that we've been waiting for. Our song of the hour. Today's feature comes from right here in Milwaukee. We've got Steve the Stoner featuring Songbird, also known as Kayla Henderson, with a track that's making some serious noise. Stay locked in. The Grapevine will be right back after these breaks. Zach, drop the beat.
I walk on the shoulders of giants who have come before me. I am ASAP and Maya Angelou. I am Marva Collins and Frederick Douglass.
From A to Z, I celebrate, emulate, and commemorate their example.
This is part of the Declaration of Excellence Milwaukee College Prep Scholars recite, not just during Black History Month, but each and every morning, because our students don't just honor history, they're determined to shape it. Enroll your scholar at MilwaukeeCollegePrep.com.
And here's Heather with the weather.
Well, it's beautiful out there, sunny and 75, almost a little chilly in the shade. Now, let's get a read on the inside of your car. It is hot. You've only been parked a short time and it's already 99 degrees in there. Let's not leave children in the back seat while running errands. It only takes a few minutes for their body temperatures to rise, and that could be fatal.
Cars get hot fast and can be deadly. Never leave a child in a car. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Babes, what are you doing?
What? I'm just mowing the lawn.
No, it's blazing hot and dry out here. Don't you remember? Smokey Bear says.
Avoid using power equipment when it's windy or dry.
Where'd you learn this?
Oh, it's on
SmokeyBear.com with many other wildfire prevention tips.
Right. Thanks, honey bear.
'Cause remember, Only you can prevent wildfires.
Brought to you by the USDA Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
When a warrior faces adversity, he fights through it. He finds a way. Freedom isn't free. Rolling strong. Belief. Believe you can, and you will.
Wheelchairs for Warriors provides mobility solutions to veterans and first responders injured in the line of duty. Join the mission and visit wheelchairsforwarriors.org.
Here's the deal. We gotta set ourselves up. See, retirement is the long game. We gotta make moves and make them early. Set up goals. Don't worry about a setback. Just save up and stack up to reach them. Let's put ourselves in the right position. Pre-game to greater things.
Start building your retirement plan at thisispretirement.org. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
You're listening to the home of Milwaukee's realest conversations on 101.7 FM and 1510 AM, W269DL, Milwaukee, a Milwaukee Black media company.
Live the high life this summer and enjoy every moment with the champagne of beers. Miller High Life. If you've got the time, they've got the beer. Celebrate responsibly. 2026 Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Yes. Welcome back to the last hour of the Grapevine, and we picked some grapes. We had Valentino Harris, bodybuilder and also owner of Iron Heroes Gym in Milwaukee. And then we had Dante Threets, who is back from Seoul, Korea and Saudi Arabia, giving us his perspective of yoga in Milwaukee as a black yogi. Yes, as a yogi. We're going to take the black off of it. He is black, but he's a yogi. He's a real good one too. That was jam-packed. Like I think if I could take it back and add a couple hours at those conversations, because they are real life people that I know, they can expose a lot more of themselves inside those conversations. And I'm excited to have a lot more of those conversations with people from that world of health and wellness. I think that if I had it my way also, I think I would definitely invite more people to fill these seats up in the studio so we can have a roundtable discussion in relationship to health and wellness and healing and trauma and all that. In Milwaukee, I would have all those people in the studio to discuss that, because I think if you're not feeling well, then you're not doing well. And we have to remember that the first movement of life is breath. When a child comes out, that child is asking for air or to be placed back into its own environment. So we have to refocus, and handle the business, because every breath is not guaranteed. I want to transition into this spectacle of UFC ishness stuff at the White House. And I want to understand, I want to get people's perspective on it. What if anybody out there call in, because I know we have a bunch of fighters that are listening. I know some people watched it on Paramount Plus. I know some people watched it, and I want to know what your thoughts were. I want to know if you felt as though if you felt compelled to watch it because you are a fighter, or did you feel compelled to watch it because that it was on, the White House lawn, and it was basically, I think the setup was a part of the actual White House. So they had to bring the stadium, the actual stadium, on the front lawn of the White House, and then the dressing rooms and the workout rooms were all inside of the White House. So where the people would be getting dressed and taking showers and all that stuff were literally in the White House. And you walk through the Oval Office on out through some of the other hallways, and then it would be then you open up into the arena area. Then they have like a large walk down the stairs, or from the porch to the stairs, and then on into the arena. So the spectacle was, it was real. It was a lot of Trump in that, and it looked like it was a ode to military it was an ode to the military. Like they had one commercial that showed pretty much all the branches of the military, and I watched it. I admit it, I did watch it. I had to get the understanding of what was going on. But it had one of the commercials was an ode to the military. It talked about, and Trump's voice was over it. It was a voiceover, and he was saying that, anybody that basically messes with America, we're going to hunt you down and take you out. And so they were showing missile launches and people going underground, and, a mine. And it was just like a real life spectacle. And I was trying to figure out what was, besides, the America 250, besides all of the other stuff, like what was this reason? And I looked at it as if our President Trump wanted to be viewed as the Roman Caesar, because the fights were testy. You had some, especially some of the preliminary fights that I watched, were some of the fights were they were slow. There was, some of the guys, some guys should not have been in the ring. And I believe they probably got some of those guys, styles make fights, but I believe they got some of those guys because some of the other people, either they didn't want to pay or some people just didn't want to do it. And I can only imagine being the person to get that call up and having to make that decision as a fighter. But this was an experience, and also I think one of my other questions was whether or not people were sitting there did they really crave the experience? As a lot of people do. A lot of people crave the experience versus having to just watch it on TV. They want to get out there and crave it. I seen a couple people that I recognized that I thought wouldn't be there, including Terrence Crawford. And I know that he may not, I don't know what his political association is. It doesn't really matter. I know he's a good fighter, and I caught him I seen something on his social media page where he said he didn't know that a little boy from that was a little boy from Omaha, Nebraska would meet, the president of the United States, and it's not, and that president will also be a fan of his. And not to say that, he was there because he had a political bent to support the president of the United States, but I think he was there because, one, he wanted to experience. He's a fight fan, but he also wanted to experience the spectacle. He wanted to experience that area of where he was in for a long period of time. So I would think he wanted to do that, and I think so many people also wanted to experience that. It looked like it was a lot of folks there, though. It looked like it was packed, jam-packed. I seen some of the fights, and I think I can go down the list of fights, but there were a few fights that I didn't want to see, but there was a lot of fights I didn't want to see. But there was one fight where a gentleman by the name of Sean O'Malley, and this is for fight fans. So this is strictly for fighters. Sean O'Malley fought this guy. Basically, he was 38 years old. Sean is 31, ex-basketball player / now fast twitch fighter. Was fighting this guy who was, he had skills, but he had skills to pay the bills, not in a gym. He didn't have skills to pay the bills in an octagon. He was 38 years old from Canada, and he went out there and he was peppering Sean O'Malley up. But then Sean he read him right and knocked the guy out. As he knocked him out, you guys can look this up. Look this up. As he knocked him out, he literally, Zach, do we got that? Can you pull that? No, we can't pull it up.
You said, what's his name?
Sean O'Malley. You guys got to see this. So, and we'll probably have to get it after break, but Sean O'Malley knocked the guy out, and then as the guy is falling, he salutes. He did a 3-part salute to all of the audience. He hits him, and he knows he's knocking him out. He knows he knocked the guy out, and he turns around turns his back and gives the guy a salute. I mean, this is quite possible, and people, they're saying that this is quite possibly one of the greatest knockout, I guess, styles in UFC history. I mean, it was absolutely wild. So when we come back, we're going to discuss a little bit more of our UFC weekend at the White House on the White House lawn. I'm going to be surprised to see what the White House lawn actually looks like when it's all said and done. So it's probably a mess. When we come back, we're going to check that out. All right, take me away, Zach.
Live the high life this summer and enjoy every moment with the champagne of beers. Miller High Life. If you've got the time, they've got the beer. Celebrate responsibly. 2026 Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Our children deserve a real chance to make it in life, and a good education is a passport to opportunity. At City Ford Collective, we're working to make sure there's a great Milwaukee school for every Milwaukee family, because more good options lead to better outcomes. And who doesn't want that? Together, we can give every child the foundation they need to thrive, and a stronger future for kids means a stronger future for Milwaukee. To learn more about our mission, visit us at cityfordcollective.org. That's cityfordcollective.org.
You can't buy a best friend. You can love them, walk them, pet them, and care for them, whether they want you to or not. You can take a picture or 50. You can fly to the moon, travel the world, or just stay in bed. You can't buy a best friend like that, but you can adopt one. There are millions of pets waiting for a best friend just like you. Help us save them all at bestfriends.org.
Talking about guns with others might not always feel comfortable, but it could save a life. Here's a way to start a conversation. Your family is going over to your neighbor's home for dinner for the first time. How would you ask if there are any unlocked guns in the home?
Hey! Hey, we're so excited for tonight. Before we come over, though, may I ask if there are any unlocked guns in your home?
Our guns are stored securely, locked in a safe that the kids can't access.
Awesome.
Learn how to have the conversation at agreetoagree.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Wherever there's a need in our communities, there's a United Way. Improving lives so everyone can thrive. Where more people can gain access to health care and nutritious food for their tables. Where more community members can benefit from financial education and get connected to local resources for housing support. And where children are given more chances to reach their full potential. Community is where we find our strength and where we share our hope. United is the way. Visit unitedway.org.
Are people around me safe when I vape? Science does not support that belief. Exhaled vape emissions linger in the air, affecting indoor air quality and bystanders in the same space through secondhand exposure. Vaping emissions can also accumulate on clothes, hair, dust, and furniture, leading to exposure risks to bystanders of all ages. And vaping around a pregnant person can lead to serious health impacts on fetal and childhood development. Enough with the puff. Learn more at ul.org/vaping.
Hey, listen, this is the Grapevine with Manan Sabir. Glad you back. Glad you went and grabbed that coffee, piece of cake. No, don't grab a piece of cake. This is Mindful Movement Mondays, and you got to come back with some carrots and juice. It's fresh squeeze. Did you go? Hopefully you went and did a few squats and some push-ups and during the break. But I was, before the break, I was talking about how the UFC spectacle is, I guess, something that Trump and the UFC, Dana White specifically, put together in order for, in order for him to feel powerful, I guess. I don't know the exact reason, but it looked like they had a few difficulties, but then, it went off without a hitch. But I was discussing how a gentleman by the name of Sean O'Malley had a rocket ship of a time. Zach, you got that pulled up? Okay. Yeah, so as you see, Sean O'Malley hits the guy, and when he hits him once and hits him again, and he drops him. As he drops, boom, he drops him, and he salutes to the crowd, and then they all when they finished. It's interesting because when they finished fighting, what they did was they went and they would jump over the everybody. Either they walked out of the gate or they jumped over the cage and gave everybody a shake, and then went and gave Trump a shake and a pound or whatever, and then they wound up kicking it and having a picture with him. But what do y'all think? Like, what was y'all read? What was your read on the intersection between politics, military advancement, and also sports, primarily fighting sports, and more specifically the UFC, which came from nothing to something? It is very, very interesting. Yeah, that's him. If you guys seen it, he's they're saluting Trump and stuff like that. No matter what, there's some of these guys who don't really have a political form. Some of these guys are actually not a part of the Trump line, but they will they got probably put it on for a show. Also, I know during the fight that I saw a number of sponsors. There's a sponsor called Anduril. Anduril is a company made by a gentleman by the name of Lucky Palmer, and Lucky Palmer is the owner of Anduril. Anduril is a military. It's a military weapons company that had basically made its move or made its money taking contracts taking government weapons contracts that Silicon Valley would never have taken. When Silicon Valley was pulling away from government weapons contracts, Lucky Palmer wound up, asking for those contracts and getting those contracts, and then using modern technology like AI and all this other stuff, and he started to develop these weapons where people don't have to be on the ground, and all they have to do is man them from the basement or some bunker or some boat, and they will do the bidding. And the American government wound up taking these contracts. So Anduril was a part of they're a public company. They wound up becoming a sponsor of the UFC fight. But not only were they a sponsor of the UFC fight, but they had commercials showing the weapons. I mean, this is absolutely amazing. I'm going to stick to the fights right now because some of the fights were man, it was crazy. It was wild. It was wild. I'm surprised at the fights and how they actually turned out. So one major fight was this guy named Justin Gaethje, and he fought this guy named Ilia Topuria, and Ilia Topuria was supposed to be a really dope fighter. He was Ilia Topuria was beating everybody, and he actually challenged Terrence Crawford, and they had a beef, and Terrence Crawford was like, "You cannot beat me, you cannot beat me," and so they went back and forth for a really long time, maybe close to a year. And I can see one of the reasons why Terrence Crawford went to the fight is because he must have known that Ilia Topuria was going to lose. Like I almost be like guaranteed he knew that Ilia Topuria was going to lose. Because Ilia Topuria is 5'7", and Justin Gaethje it was 5'11", and so these two get to going, and Justin Gaethje was getting walked down by this 5'7" guy, and who had operable boxing skills. They wound up clashing. And Justin Gaethje started beating the brakes off of this guy, like beating the brakes. By the time the third round hit, they were asking whether or not Ilia Topuria, who was supposed to be headlined as the greatest fighter in UFC, one of the greatest fighters in UFC history, they wound up asking him whether or not he wanted to continue. And his eye closed, and then the doctor who was, I think he had to have been Cuban, but the doctor walked up and was like, "Man, you can't go on." They asked him if he wanted to go. So the doctor said no. The corner says yes. They bring in another official to overrule the actual doctor. And I didn't know you could ever do this. They bring in another official to overrule the doctor. The doctor is overruled, And then the fight goes on for one more round. And Ilia Topuria he gets hit, and it's a wrap. The other fight that I'm really surprised at is a gentleman by the name of Cyril Gane beats this guy Alex Pereira, and Alex Pereira is a Brazilian. He's a Brazilian, but he has native roots. So he's a big 6'3", 250-pound he's a beast, but he doesn't fight at 250 at heavyweight. He fights at usually light heavy, or that around that space, 205, whatever. And he jumped into the ring with this guy who was a natural heavyweight named Cyril Gane, and he wound up getting rocked. So overall, like, love it or hate it, people showed up. People were locked in. They were on the White House lawn because people don't just want information anymore. People wanted the experience. They wanted the energy. I think for all intensive purposes, the White House lawn is probably messed up, and it's probably a spectacle that may not, go on anymore. I'm happy that the fighters got paid. I think some of the fighters got paid $250. Some got paid $425. So $250,000. Some got paid $425. Maybe a fight of the night. There's probably a couple of fight of the nights, like a number of them. So I'm happy that the fighters got in and got out. But this thing is, it was definitely a spectacle. Fitness is becoming, before we take our break, fitness is becoming real life entertainment. We got High Rocks, like all of this stuff. But just to keep it simple, just to really keep it simple, it doesn't take all of that. It doesn't take all of that. It can be real simple just to make your life easier. Get up off your tailbone, get out of your chair, and start walking. Walk to the corner store, walk to the regular grocery store. Take your kids on a walk. It doesn't matter how far you walk. It really doesn't. It does not matter. Just get up, get out, and get something. Don't let your days of your life pass by. Hey, y'all, we're going to take a quick break. Zach, take me away.
Make your home and family safer by properly getting rid of nasty chemicals and fire hazards. MMSD's Home Hazmat program offers 3 drop-off centers that are open all year long. It's fast and easy. You don't even have to get out of your car. And it's free to visit the drop-off. Lithium-ion batteries, old gas, propane tanks, they take all of that and more. For a list of things you can and cannot bring, locations and hours, go to MMSD.com. Milwaukee County residents only. No businesses.
My mom has decided to learn to paint, and she's good.
My dad's now into creative cuisine, and I've already put on 6 pounds.
Learning new things comes with age.
My mom, she started forgetting my name and what we're talking about.
Forgetting well-known things doesn't. Memory loss may be a sign of Alzheimer's disease. Early detection gives you and your loved one time to plan for the future. Learn the warning signs of Alzheimer's at 10signs.org. Brought to you by the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
Don't act like that. Don't wear that. Don't think that. I've heard everything you tell yourself every time you felt different. And I want you to know that you can be vulnerable and powerful. That taking care of your mind is taking care of everyone you love and who loves you. Love your mind. Find mental health resources at loveyourmindtoday.org. Brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council.
The possibility of lung cancer can be pretty scary, especially if you're one of approximately 8 million current or former smokers at high risk. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know that now there's a breakthrough low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early, and it only takes 60 seconds. You stop smoking, now start screening. For an easy quiz to see if you're eligible, visit SaveByTheScan.org. It could save your life. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
Reading aloud to children sharpens their listening skills, expands their vocabularies, and nurtures a lifelong love of reading. That's why Reading is Fundamental, the nation's leading children's literacy nonprofit, offers free monthly read-alouds by popular authors through its Rally to Read program. Visit rallytoread.org to watch the read-alouds and discover exciting reading activities for school and home. Visit rallytoread.org today.
We asked parents who adopted teens to share their journey.
When I met both of them, it was like my missing pieces were found. Like it was just like an instant, these are my kids. If you're considering adopting a teen, just do it. Kids need families. I don't care the age, everybody deserves a family.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. Visit adoptuskids.org to learn more. A message brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
This is the Bloomberg Black Business Beat. Big AI companies like Anthropic and OpenAI are making plans to start trading publicly, a major milestone for the emerging tech. But as the space continues to grow, so do the number of skeptics worried about its safety. This week, we focus on a conversation on Bloomberg with Safiya Noble. She's a prominent black scholar who spent time focusing on AI's impact on people from underrepresented communities. Noble says that despite Wall Street's interest in AI, corporate America might be shifting away from it, at least as it currently exists.
We've been seeing studies where companies are saying that it's more expensive for them to use these chatbots because human beings have to check the efficacy and the reliability.
Safiya Noble is a professor at UCLA and director of the school's Center on Resilience and Digital Justice. And she's got a best-selling book, Algorithms of Oppression. I'm Bloomberg's Justin Milliner on the Black Business Beat.
Yes. Welcome back to the Grapevine. We are winding down to the last bits of our show off the Grapevine in the Truth Radio 101.7 studios. Listen, I'm going to go to the chat. And Alonzo Dupree, 1I7E, has been busy. In the chat, Looney 504, power up to the Looney 504. Alfonso Dupree says, happy Monday, my brother Marty. My brother, black people need to start teaching their kids and the 95 crime bill and political outlooks in this world. I feel you. I definitely feel you. He says, pushing cause the lack of knowledge is real talk. I guess it's cherishing. Perishing cause, the lack of knowledge, yes. You live in a law of exchange society. Not teaching your kids about the country they live is a disservice to them. Truth Nation, love y'all. Happy Monday. Definitely. No excuse for kicking the can down the road mindset. Arcane One, do you think they should continue having sporting events on the White House lawn? Honestly, I think that if they're ever going to do any more sporting events, if my thought is sporting events on the White House lawn, why didn't they just have like tennis or basketball or something of that nature on the White House lawn? You had to have something that you could control. I'm pretty sure that weather, here's the thing. When you're fighting outdoors, is completely different than fighting in a gym. And a lot of those people weren't acclimated to the environment that they were fighting in. This was some of them for some of them, this was their first time ever fighting outdoors. So they look really, really winded. I mean, extremely winded. It was one gentleman by the name of Derek Lewis who looked. He after the first round and a half, he was gone. So fighting in a gym has a controlled, and also a stadium has a controlled atmosphere. The air conditioning is one way. You already know it's like at 70 degrees. It's not going to go up. It's not going to go down. It's going to stay the same. So should the White House continue to have a sporting event on the White House lawn? If they're going to do it that way, if you're going to do it with the UFC, you got to open it up for other folks. This seemed like it was like, it was just out there. This guy wanted some Spartan stuff. He wanted people just to be, just brutalized. And you got what you paid for last night. You definitely seen some brutalness. I let me and my daughter watched a little bit of it this morning, and it was interesting to see even her reaction to, and she's used to the fight, so guys don't shoot the messenger. But she was like, man, these guys are out fighting for real. And yes, they were, but a lot of them were all winded, including people who had high level wrestling experience. So I don't know. I'm pretty sure they're probably going to have, I think they're probably going to not do it again. So Alfonso Dupree says, I bear witness that there is no God, but Allah, health is wealth for the willing, and Trump is a straight gangster fighting at the White House. Trump was a manager, promoter, straight baller. Yeah, he did it all. I got it. Biko, line one.
Did you notice that there were very few people of color in the crowd?
Yeah.
That's the thing that I first noted I was like, man, they don't have any black or brown, Latino or Asian service people at the fight. And it's way different than when you watch regular UFC fights, because it's such a diverse audience. So that's the first thing I noticed. I felt a little bit uncomfortable, like maybe the UFC couldn't honor its fighters of color in that way. And I think last week you were talking about maybe that's why John Jones wasn't fighting. They didn't want to give him the big card,
yep,
the big paycheck. So I don't know. Could you talk about that?
Yeah, I think at their usual, I've seen UFC fights and regular fights with service people, and majority of the times that you have service people at a lot of those fights, they all have like different cultural identities. And for this one in particular, the crowd, they only showed the people who had basically black backgrounds were either a person or two in the ring. It was 4 people of black background or African descent. And then if you look through the crowd, there weren't many people at all. If none at all, there were no individuals of any type of cultural descent that I saw. As a matter of fact, they didn't even show Terrence Crawford, who was sitting next to, who happened to share a seat next to Conor Ben, and the 2 other fighters that were of African descent. So I think they were trying to erase the black, in particular, the black participation in the UFC. I think they were trying to definitely keep it whitewashed in many different forms. And even if they come out and say, hey, look, we tried to get, for example, to your point, if we tried to get John Jones, somebody sabotaged that that contract. Somebody sabotaged the contract. Even John Jones can say that he talked to Dana White and they were supposed to give him a specific amount of money, and basically they promised him a specific amount of money. They told him, hey, look, this is what we're going to pay, and him and Dana were close. He even called Dana Uncle Dana after his last fight with Stipe Miocic, where he knocked him out with that spinning back kick. And so John Jones was supposed to fight on this card, but somebody in the act of contract negotiations didn't want to pay him as much as he was supposed to get paid. I think it's the glass ceiling. It's the fighter's glass ceiling. A lot of fighters are starting to realize that. The only person that really broke through that and didn't, because he's kind of paying for it, was Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather broke through it, but now he's paying the price because people started stealing from him or were stealing from him. So back to your point, Biko, like I think there was definitely a point to be made with this. America 250, America was not founded, I guess in philosophy, to them it was founded 250 years ago, but in reality it was stolen. It's stolen land, and it's their history to tell us that it was founded because that's an easier word, and it's a very easy word to live by. So you can kind of skirt by the rationale that you need to take account and accountability and have accountability for the stuff that happened, the atrocities and the violence that America has placed on our native cultures here, and also people who were foreign to this land, Asians, Africans, you name it. Many different people were trounced upon because of the fact that many different people were trounced on because of the fact that America wanted to find something, and we all know that they didn't. Baybar says we don't have to be at every event. That's true. I always have this. I have this phrase that floats through my head. Hey, you ain't got to dance at every party. You just don't have to dance at every party. You can stay away from them parties. And I think that was probably a party that I would not have to go to. But because of it's a sporting event, it's fighting. You should be able to go to any place you want to go, and it's on the White House lawn, a place that many people have never been. Like that probably is, something that people won't experience ever again in their life. This is, I probably would have tried to make it if I was any other type of person. But right now, you in the Grapevine. Don't touch that dial. The fitness life hacks are next, and then the final Monday movement motivation. We're gonna take these breaks. Make sure you come right back. Zach.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma.
At age 30, Carissa finished her high school diploma.
If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, you can do it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. Perfectly imperfect. Beating in rhythm to the world you've created. But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out. Your life sounds pretty great. Don't let a buzz ruin it. Buzz driving is drunk driving. Don't drive buzzed. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Doctors Without Borders is delivering life-saving medical care where it's needed most in communities around the world. From bandaging war-wounded patients in Sudan to providing clean drinking water in Haiti, we're in more than 70 countries worldwide, bringing patients from sick to recovering, from emergency to aid, from crisis to care. This life-saving care is made possible by a global movement of supporters like you. Thank you.
Mommy, can I sit in the front seat just this one time? Please, please, please.
No, not yet.
But why?
Because I love you, and you're just not ready yet. Now, get in the back so I can get you in your car seat, please.
Putting your kids in the right seat for their age and size is an act of love. Check that your kids are in the right seat at nhtsa.gov/the right seat. Love protects. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
In sitcoms, when someone has a problem, they just blurt it out and move on.
Well, I lost my job and my parakeet is missing. How was your day?
But the real world is different. Managing life's challenges can be overwhelming. So, what do? We get support. The Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council have mental health resources available for you at loveyourmindtoday.org. That's loveyourmindtoday.org. See how much further you can go when you take care of your mental health.
Welcome back to the Grapevine. Welcome back to the Grapevine. Welcome back to the Grapevine. Let's pick some fruit off this grapevine. I'm Manan Sabir, your host, and this is 101.7 The Truth Nation. We are in full effect. Before we close out today, I want to leave you with something practical, real simple, no excuses. Fitness life hacks. I want to make sure that we are ending our show on a life hack. A couple of them, a number of them. We're gonna have some life hacks. Straight up, y'all need them. I need them. Matter of fact, I need them, and I'm just gonna pass them over to y'all. So, real simple, no excuse fitness life hacks, because today is Mindful Movement Monday. Remember that. Mindful Movement Monday. Straight up. The 10-minute rule. Commit to just 10 minutes and let momentum take over. Like, for real, that makes a lot of sense. Matter of fact, I even covered last week that if you do, let's say you do 4 minutes of high intensity. Let's say you just do 4 minutes. 4 of high intensity, working out. Just 4 minutes, something real consistent. That's really sometimes all it takes. Walk after every meal. So I'm always reminded that I need to let my food digest and also walk after every meal. So even 5 minutes changes your metabolism. Stack your habits. Stack all your habits. If you are not stacking, you're stacking your habits. I'm just reading the chats. If you're not stacking your habits, then please get that together. Stack all your habits. It's about stacking. Stack the habits. Yes. Baybar says no JJs after 6 p.m. Yes, of course, no JJs after 6 p.m. If for people who are not from Milwaukee, JJ's is one of those. It's the chicken joint. It's the chicken and fry joint that you get you get the chicken and fries inside the aluminum foil piece. You take it home and you feed your family of 28. Hydration before motivation. Hydration before motivation. You got to hydrate. You got to hydrate everything. You got to hydrate your entire body. Make sure you hydrate before you can fatigue if you're not hydrated. The 2-day rule. Never skip movement more than 2 days in a row. So if you're waking up and you are not moving, if you're not moving, then what are you doing? You just here. You're just, stagnant. You get what I'm saying? You just doing nothing. We got people in the booth shadow boxing right now. Or they about to start slap boxing. We got slap boxers in the building. They should have They should have slap boxing competitions. There's 2 competitions that we need to have, and I'm calling off the cuff right now. There's 2 competitions that we need to have on a daily basis. We got kickball. They got professional kickball on ESPN. Well, we need slap boxing. We need slap boxing competitions, and then we need cans. We need professional cans competition. And for the ladies, we need professional double dutch. We need professional double dutch competitions. This is real. So, hey, if we don't got no slap boxing competition, because they got all these other competitions. They got a competition where they take a rugby ball and they take 2 people and they clash. I mean, this is a real competition. They 2 people and it is boom. And then it's always results majority of the time, like probably 70% of the time with somebody being knocked out. That's so barbaric. I couldn't do it. I'm 175, 160. 165 on a good day. So the other rule is sleep. Sleep. Make sure you sleep. Sleep is a fitness hack. You got to recover. If you are not sleeping, then it's hard to recover. That's your real therapy. The other one is put your phone away. When you sleep, put your phone down. Put that joint on silent. Put your phone down. Don't wake up to the phone. It may be your alarm, but try to wake up naturally so you just get really good rest. So put the phone away. The other one is stairs over elevators. Some of y'all may have bad knees, but take the stairs. Take the stairs. This is not New York. You're not living on the 28th floor. Some of y'all, this is Milwaukee. Some of us are living on the 10th floor. So take the stairs. It's all good. It's stairs are not evil. Park farther away. Some of y'all like to park illegally, I know, in the handicap section. Please don't park in the handicap section. If you are not in the okay, we'll just say special needs section. If you're not in the special needs section, just back up. Back way up. Especially if you're going to Target, or I guess they're boycotting Target. Especially if you're going to Walmart. All right. Stretch while watching TV. That's a good one. Find movement you actually enjoy. So a lot of y'all, you think exercise is boring, but if you don't find something that you enjoy, then you're probably not going to enjoy exercise. Just start out with something that you really enjoy. A lot of us like to dance. We got natural rhythm. You know, some of y'all like the salsa, merengue, bachata, two-step, four-step, square dance, all that. If you want to do that, go and do it. Just make a habit of it. Accountability. Find somebody that you are accountable with. Just find one or two people that you are accountable, that will hold you accountable. And meal prep on Sundays. Meal prep on Sundays. Meal prep, because 80% of your gains are going to be gained in the kitchen. So please go back to your kitchen, take out some of that salt, put the salt down. You can have natural salt. Matter of fact, if you know Marvin Jones, Chef Marvin, he's a famous Milwaukee chef here. He will help you. Look up Marvin Jones. If you have diabetes, he will help you with paring down salt out of your meals and he'll help you use natural ingredients, natural foods that taste like they have salt. He'll help you put that stuff inside of your meal. He'll give you good combinations, and boom, you got a great meal for yourself. And last thing, yes, if you don't have a gym and you can't go to Iron Heroes, then make sure that your body is your equipment. Use your body. Straight up. And it's finally the moment of the hour that we've been waiting for. Our song of the hour. Today's feature comes from right here in Milwaukee. We've got Steve the Stoner. As a matter of fact, Steve, I challenge Steve to come in the studio. If he teach me dancing, I'm going to teach him how to do some push-ups. So, Steve, come in to the studio. I'm going to teach you how to do some push-ups. We're going to do 50, and then you teach me how to dance your dance, and we can, brother this thing, right? So, Steve the Stoner, come through. We've got Steve the Stoner, yes, and we also have the Songbird, Kayla Henderson, also known as the Songbird. Yes. And they have a track that's making some noise, so stay locked in, y'all. Stay locked in. This is the Grapevine, and I'll be back. I will be back. If I didn't tell you once, I'll tell you again. Get up off your mama's couch and get something. We got the Tap In with Jazz and Meech next. Stay tuned. Stay locked in.